Wow, this is getting more and more interesting. And
Good
guess who we
afternoon.
have here? One of my favorite people from Tinamarie Speaks. This is one amazing woman.
Thank
She
you.
must be at 6 a.m. right now.
7:45 actually.
Oh, that's not too bad in that
But
case,
no,
Tina.
I've been up, Arvin. I have to let you know, Team Espousal, Team South Africa. I have been so excited for this. And I've been up since 4 o'clock my time this morning.
People, this is one lady who has supported us totally. Okay, no questions. Here we have Tina Maria Rodriguez. She's one amazing woman. She runs a very interesting place that's called
Yeah.
mstinamariespeaks.com. Must check out her website sometime. She says all of our children can rise beyond social or self imposed limits. And
Yes.
this is the goal of Tina Marie, okay, is to help every girl and boy child recognize the power of individuality to achieve success. Okay. She's a wisdom coach. She collaborates with families, peers, and communities. Today we have got Tina here who's going to be talking to us all about tech. Okay. And I'll tell you, Tina, you're blessed. I am blessed that you're here. The panel of people who are going to be coming in right now, each one is a star, and they are all women.
Yes. Hi, Lindy.
Hi,
Samar.
Tina.
Crystal, good afternoon. Rio.
Hi.
And
Hi.
my favorite, Shikha.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
everyone.
Hey.
I am super excited. Rio, I got the pleasure of speaking to you a bit before yesterday. Ladies, I couldn't be more excited to be moderating this panel. Shikha, beyond words this morning. Thank you so much for
I'm
this
glad.
phenomenal opportunity. I am so happy to meet each and every phenomenal woman on this panel.
Thank you. We're happy to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're quite welcome. This is so exciting for me to be on just a panel of women, especially with technology. Because here in the United States, where I am, it tends to be said that women shy away from technology. So this couldn't be so exquisite to be a part of technology in the wedding industry. And we are all women sitting on this panel. So with that being said, we know the wedding landscape is changing, the wedding industry. How is technology, and I'm going to open it up to Shikha first, because you have created with Arvin and Team Espousal this phenomenal trailblazing expo for today and tomorrow. So with that being said, I'm going to open this up to you first and ask you, what is the role of technology in the change, especially in the wedding industry?
Okay, thank you so much, Tina, and welcome to all you ladies out here. I mean, from all over the globe. So thank you for being here and making Espousal a success once again. And Tina, answering your question, technology. I think technology is the only way where we can get a change. I mean, where we are from where we were, right? Even if I say pre and post COVID, the technology is something that has kept us going even through these times. We have been working, we have been doing events, I mean, everything. We've been getting married online. So that is all thanks to technology. I mean, espousal is all about technology. So where we have come with technology from just a mere Zoom call, which we started off to keep our work going, to now doing weddings and expos online. That is how much technology has changed. And technology is something that can only enable the change in these times. So all thanks to technology that we are where we are right now.
It's wonderful. It is. It's amazing to watch, especially within this past year, how we've all had to adapt and change. And in that became so much growth out of so much pain. There came so much growth. It's even shown here this morning and throughout the expo how much further we're reaching people, how further we're reaching couples, conference coordinators, meeting and event planners, everyday people, everyday business professionals. It's just amazing. The communication has expanded exponentially and has kept us closer at the same time. So with that being said, I would like to open the next question to Rio. What innovative technologies is currently available to the bridal industry?
I'm not too sure if I'm the right person to answer that question.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, in terms of innovative technologies, I think in the Middle East, where Samar and I are, you know, we're not as far ahead of the curve as, say, you know, the USA, UK, Australia, for example. But there are various apps available for brides which help them with documents, planning, timescales. There are applications that they can use, and at a touch of a finger, they can be connected directly with vendors. They can book venues. They can do 360 virtual degree tours of venues. So, you know, there's a lot of technology out there. How quickly brides are embracing it, I think some of the other ladies can talk about that. But I know in this region, in the Middle East, we're still very much peer-to-peer, person-to-person. We like to meet. We like to, you know, have our kind of hand held along the journey by a human being. Yes. But you know, slow progressions, baby steps. I don't know if Samar would agree with me, but we're getting there. But I definitely think the ladies in, you know, maybe the USA, the UK, even South Africa might have, you know, different things to say about that.
That's a wonderful answer. You did answer the question, Rio, because that would bring us to another question. There's a lot of hearing the term hybrid, which is a blend of live and virtual. And you just explained that wonderfully in the Middle East where you are, that you still love that human connection, which is near and dear to my heart as well. And we've also had to learn here with the pandemic globally, how to learn how to do things virtually, Zoom calls, StreamYard, and other different platforms. Ashanti, how are you? That's another, how do you feel about the hybrid events as Rio was explaining?
You know, absolutely, and it's lovely to see you all here. It's brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed the last panel that I was on, and to meet so many women based internationally is just incredible. With regards to technology specifically, I think, you know, hybrid events are a beautiful opportunity because there are so many creative and talented wedding planners and organizers all over the world. Hybrid is such a new prospect and value proposition for your couple clients. And so you can design an event essentially that is kind of magical, that is mystical, that is, you know, totally different to what you may have done before. Because hybrid essentially is a combination and mixture of in-person activity and experience with virtual. And that virtual and in-person doesn't have to happen at the same time. It doesn't even have to happen simultaneously. You can do the two things at different times. You can offer slightly different experiences as well. You know, you might have to take into account the age, some of the preferences of some of your guests versus others. And so hybrid gives you that opportunity to do that. It's incredible. So I think that there is a big opportunity for planners who are ready really to push the envelope. But of course, there's probably some education to be done, as Rio alluded to, in terms of maybe how different regions are adopting technology. So maybe in terms of brides and grooms, they're not yet ready to adopt the use of apps at a certain rate. But as a planner, you certainly can. So if you get yourself upskilled on what technology is available, as a planner, you are probably in the best position to open your clients' eyes about the possibilities when it comes to involving technology and hybrid events.
And thank you so much. That leads me into our next question. And I would like to ask Samar and all the ladies to think about it. What is the market response? What do you think the market response is to the new and innovative ways that is being offered today?
The market response, as far as we can see it here in the Middle East, is very, very positive. Digitalization was happening anyway, even before the pandemic. Companies were adopting technology. We're seeing more widespread use of technology by both the vendors and by the brides and grooms to be before the pandemic. But the pandemic has actually made this happen more faster, perhaps, the adoption process than the pace it was going through. Brides, for example, are now very comfortable buying wedding dresses or anything else they want online. Many stores and retailers have shifted or opened up an e-commerce stores. So we're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing a lot of, in terms, of course, as Rio mentioned, virtual weddings and streamlining. We've seen a lot of adoption in the technology from the photographers, for example, the lighting, drone technology, 3D mapping, laser projections on the facades of the buildings, on trees, on even on wedding cakes, on so many different aspects. So we've seen that the industry is really embracing technology very well. Still, we are a long way to go in terms of making full use of the opportunities that the technology is providing the industry. For the smaller retailers, for example, like a florist or a very tiny shop here and there, there's still a long way for them to go in terms of adopting technology, using apps, using the design tools, for example. But it's something that is positive. Both brides and grooms to be and the vendors are embracing it. Brides, especially in the Middle East, are the penetration rate for mobile use, for example, by brides is very, very high. For us, for example, as ArabiaWeddings.com, we're seeing that around, actually over 80% of the visitors that we receive on the website are through mobile devices.
So, same here.
Yes. So adoption is positive, and the response to this fast-changing, technology scene and the landscape in the wedding industry is well received.
It's exquisite just to see the changes through. You become more creative. You learn how to become more creative. You find the how-tos connected to the why of everything that we all do. It's just amazing. And especially for us as women to teach the next generation of women and young ladies to not fear technology, but to embrace it, as we've all had to, despite the challenges, despite the circumstances globally. We have our millennials now embracing technology more than ever. And that just provides us to blaze more trails in the business world and in the world in general. Do you think these changes, Christal, do you think these changes are here to stay?
Most definitely. Like all of you mentioned, I mean, technology is the way forward. So it's definitely here to stay. And I think if I can also just add, like for couples in South Africa, we've seen that the brides and grooms are really, really embracing technology quite easily. The younger generation, they are on the apps and on social media anyway. So embracing it in the wedding industry is just the natural next step. And online streaming of weddings and things have just opened up new opportunities of including people that would have otherwise been not able to attend your wedding. So I definitely think it's here to stay. For suppliers as well, new opportunities in showcasing your venue, for example, to overseas clients with virtual venue tours and things like that. It's not going to go back.
That's so true. I hope, it doesn't go back. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy the hybrid. I love the blended and the live events to go to, but this is just phenomenal. Just maybe a year ago, we wouldn't have been able to all get together and share from different regions in the world.
Yeah, if I can just add again there, that's exactly, I mean, most people that are in the wedding industry is because we love people. We love those personal relationships. We want to really like serve our clients. So the technology has just become sort of the first link in that relationship, and from there, you know, it flows out into meeting in person again, or like you say, it's sort of a hybrid form. But I think all of us are so passionate about keeping those relationships personal, and this has just expanded the opportunities in which to grow those relationships.
Yeah, it does, and I agree, and I'm sure the ladies on the panel would agree as well. One of the other questions that you've touched on, Christal, is do you think bridal couples will communicate with live online suppliers and vendors? And do you think that is here to stay as well? Do you think they would go back to the way it used to be? Lindie, could you answer that, please? Good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tina. Apologies for me disappearing.
It's okay.
So in South Africa, we can definitely see a positive response to the new technology, as Christal already mentioned. And for me personally, the wedding industry, if you want to keep up with the trends, obviously you have to annually and seasonally. So you have to keep up with the technology available as well, and technology is ever changing. So to be a part of the future, to be ready and pursue and grow your business, you need to be able to adapt to new technologies. And for the brides, we can definitely see a big positive response for the digitalization of weddings. For example, having a stream, having an online meeting, a quick meeting, instead of just going for a coffee, although that's also nice. A one-on-one is also special, but not everybody has the time. And especially if you're planning a wedding, and dare I say, Generation Z is all about speed. And they want things now. They want things yesterday. And they want things done.
Yes, I do agree. And thank you so much, Lindie. That's beautiful with bringing in Generation Z, because as I look out at the beautiful, our phenomenal faces this morning, we're all from different generations. We have the Generation Z. We have our exes, we have our exes, even though we're all young in spirit, and age is but a number. It has literally connected the technology, especially in the wedding industry, and especially during this quarantine, the global pandemic. It has brought each of the generations closer, technology-wise. The Generation Z has truly helped the baby boomers and others that were maybe a little bit misguided with our technology skills. So, it's been a wonderful thing for technology of all our generations to finally, in creative ways, come together. And that's why I said it before and I've said it in the chats, so excited about this panel especially, and the other panels that I've been listening to and been a part of. It's just simply amazing. And it's the communication, because we have to realize technology is a very huge part of communication now, be it Zoom, be it WhatsApp, be it all the social media platforms. It's phenomenal. I'm going to go back to Christal. What do you feel what is your perspective of technology and communication in the wedding industry in relation to technology? What are the pros and the cons of it?
Well, obviously, technology is amazing when it works, but sometimes, like especially here in South Africa, there's sometimes like power outages and things like that where your internet is not really functioning properly, and then it becomes a problem. If you're solely relying on the technology, you can get into some hiccups there. But But mostly, I mean, that like our app as well, the WedReady app, it offers such a lot of services jam-packed into one easy reachable platform for people. So technology really is such a convenient tool. Like I said, the pros are obviously convenience if it's working well, and it's so fast, and you can get 3 times as much done as if you were to drive from one meeting to the next and so forth. But as we all know, if it's not working 100%, if there can be hiccups, there can be bugs in systems and things like that do take time to sort out. And clients can become irritated with that. So we do have to always have our lines of communication open to still serve our clients in a personal way, that if technology is maybe failing us, that we do really still have that personal foundation with the clients.
Yeah,
I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it did. I mean, it's something, and I have to say thank you, because the technology with the glitches, especially here in the States, it happens here to us as well. I mean, there are pros and cons to technology and communication, and as we see across the board in many different industries. I guess I'm going to offer the same question to Shikha, who is in the technology world, in that space. What do you see as the pros and cons with communication, the technology, especially in the wedding industry?
I mean, considering the current situation where, brides and grooms cannot go out, step out for the wedding preps, or, cannot meet people. I mean, espousal is something that I can talk about, definitely give an example about, because this is a place which is giving not just the suppliers, but brides, grooms, families, everyone a place to come together. So what better of a combination for the wedding industry and technology, right? We are experts from across the globe who are at one platform talking about various things, talking about various topics, conversing with the brides. I mean, we also have a chance to do lives with the brides, give them ideas, give them our opinions. So this is a platform for the wedding industry where, we as experts, you as suppliers, you as companies, brands can get in touch with the brides. The brides sitting at their houses can get whatever they need, from choosing their bridal gowns to their wedding designers, wedding planners. I mean, the previous panels, they asked so many questions to the photographers as to what sort of photography should it be. They asked about color palettes. Everything is in one place. So it's a bouquet of things. So all thanks to technology that we're able to do something like that. WedReady is a place in South Africa where it's a platform for all the brides. They're putting everything together. They do almost the same thing on a 2D platform. They have everything in one place. Samar and then Rio, all of them are online platforms in their countries who are assisting, technology and the wedding industry. So, I mean, we've already been there here before, but it's just that now we're embracing it. We're actually utilizing what we've got. So, I mean, if anyone else has anything to add to what I said.
Ashanti, if you can add to what Shikha has said.
I mean, there's so many, I've just been listening and, this is, as usual, really fascinating because there are so many angles from which you can take this conversation. We've talked about WedReady, brilliant concept from a business perspective to provide a directory and a one-stop shop for brides to still be able to plan their wedding with ease. And yes, save them some time. There is some great sustainability benefits as well, because let's face it, even when you think about suppliers and caterers always having to bring out resources and samples, they can now save money and time on doing that, on things that get wasted. The amount of things they probably give away for free that are never used. So to some extent, you can kind of start controlling waste as well by using apps like WedReady. So from the business perspective, it's brilliant because you're able to build a community of brides, which is something quite interesting from a business perspective and looking to monetize it later. I think for planners and organizers, I do find that interesting because I guess for planners and organizers, they need to then build partnerships with some of these platforms and apps, because obviously maybe ordinarily you'd be doing all of the search and selection yourself, and now you've got these all-in-one places, so you'd have to build a partnership so that you don't miss out on those opportunities and you use it to your advantage for your brides. And then from, you look at something like Espousal, taking it into kind of a dynamic place, more 3D, more immersive in experience in terms of providing access to all these things. And this is just the wedding event sector. So it is quite fascinating the different ways from which technology is being used. And I think that I'm really intrigued by Rio and Samar, because we met last time, but when you talk about the reality of your region and how the women and couples are responding to technology there. So there's just wonderful opportunities, basically, from a business perspective for women who understand technology or at least want to leverage it, but also, of course, for the brides and the couples who get to benefit from all of this innovation.
I think that's wonderful. Does Lindie or Samar or Rio, do you have anything to add to that?
Sorry, go on.
Let's start with Rio first, please, then Samar, and then Lindie.
Yeah, I think, look, all of us were I think most of us were in this industry before the pandemic. So, we were running platforms already that connected brides and vendors. And what the pandemic brought was everything forward to such a scale that, like you said, millennials, 40 plus is one of the fastest growing groups of people embracing social media and Zoom and technology at the moment, which is fascinating. So it's giving brides and grooms the opportunity to get their older family members who perhaps wouldn't have been able to travel to their weddings involved through Zoom, through virtual dress selection processes. For example, us expats here, we can't see our mothers, If we're getting married, we can't go and visit our mothers. We've got an experience in a boutique that allows our mother to have an immersive experience with us while we go and try the wedding dress in the, in bridal boutiques, which I know a few bridal boutiques are doing at the moment, so the mum can give her opinion and things like that. And then, the dresses are sent to her, etc., like visual examples and stuff. So, I think everybody's embracing it. Naturally, the younger generation are just there. It's like embedded into their DNA right now. But it's very interesting. Even for me, I had no clue about Zoom. Now I know Zoom inside out. I've taken a digital marketing course. TikTok I made yesterday went viral. Like, what the hell? Yeah, I know. I'm just like, and it was just so random. And now I've got like a massive Filipino fan base. Filipino. So it's just amazing. Like, technology is amazing, and I can only see the wedding industry just taking it to the next level. But like I always bring it back to, you will never get rid of that. Weddings are about love and family and togetherness. You will never get rid of that element. It's just that people want things now, quick, and they are very, very time poor. So this is where technology allows, especially the brides and grooms, it relieves a lot of their anxiety. I think our platforms help them so much. And this is what I get told often by brides. I'm sure Samar and everybody else does, thank you so much. I wish I knew about you 4 months ago, for example. So, yeah.
I thank you guys so much. This panel is wonderful. Samar, would you love to add in, please?
Yes, a few words, if I may. On communication, I think we've discussed it thoroughly. So basically, yes, technology is helping communicating between each other, whether it is, the wedding industry itself or the brides and the grooms and the live streaming, virtual weddings, etc. The other area, I think, that where we're seeing also the application of technology is in inspiration. Technology is used as a source of inspiration also for both the brides and the grooms as well as the vendors. So it's amazing now how, brides can see anything they want to see on the internet from anywhere in the world. So that's one aspect, I think, of wedding planning that was very absent, let's say 10 years ago, but before everybody else had websites or Instagram and social media, etc. So as a source of inspiration, technology is playing a very important role on both sides of the industry. Few areas where we see there is still a lot of opportunity in the Middle East to grow technology in. As far as the brides and the grooms are concerned, still the adoption of online gift registry has a long way to go. It's not it's not usual in our traditions and customs here as Arabs to ask our wedding guests what to get us in terms of presents, or cash registries, for example. These are two areas where we still need to see some cultural change before we see more adoption in terms of the technology of like online gifting. And creating wedding websites for the couples, also, it's not as widely used as it is in the States or elsewhere, maybe perhaps in South Africa. It's not yet very common for a couple to create their online website and share it with their friends. It's common perhaps only within a very small minority of couples who are having maybe destination weddings, because it's it gives them an opportunity to say a lot more about the destination, where to go and how to book and like that. But it's not yet as common. Another area that I feel that the wedding industry needs to step up a bit more in terms of the technology is using technology for its day-to-day operation. We're not yet seeing a lot of vendors who are using tools and apps to do the designs, even the invoicing, the finance, the HR, etc. So there's a lot of opportunity in this area for vendors to adopt more technology to help them with running their own businesses.
Yes, I agree. I mean, there's a lot more room for technology, creates a lot more expansion. With that being said, I thoroughly believe we have educated our audience and each other this morning. I thank you so much for being here and giving me this honor to moderate. Shikha, thank you so much. To Ashanti, Samar, Rio, Christal, and Lindie. Simply phenomenal. Have a blessed and phenomenal time at the expo. I look forward to seeing you all again. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Tina.
You too. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.